Hello and welcome to MBKM Models. I've made some headway on the Guillow's DHC-2 Beaver aircraft, 24-inch span. Yeah, good model to build. I've done most of the fuselage. One word of warning, the laser cut parts are great. You just press them out. I mean, I spent many years cutting it out and cutting notches and then having to repair ribs because they fell apart when you cut them, all sorts. Yeah. With this, but when you where they slot in, give it a quick with an emery board or a small file stick, sanding stick. Give the slots a quick file out and test just to make sure that the either the stringers or the wing spars fit in and out properly. Or I had a small accident where I pressed down on it because I was complacent a little bit, and I had one of the frames break, but it's repaired. All right. Yeah, good model to build. It's if you've built before, this is a comparatively quite an not an easy build, but it's straightforward. All right, I'm not going to say it's easy because it puts people off that. It's a straightforward build, and very good as well. Very good instructions, like I said before, built up views. Now, there's an issue which I was watching on YouTube, watched a lot of YouTube videos from other builders, good videos, and what they say about it's the incidence of the wing to the fuselage. Okay, this thing has separate wings where you're not going to get that angle right both sides perfectly. And what they recommend is that you make the wing into all one piece and then attach it to the fuselage. So what I've done is I've made it all in one, a bit of sheet covered there, a bit of block balsa underneath. I had to sand quite thinly on these, so I'm going to put some 8 square strengthening pieces in here today just to strengthen up either side, all right, for the weight, the balance, etc. Well, the balance is forward, aft, not so much there, but it's best to equal things up. All right, so, and also I've used nylon nuts and bolts that I bought some time ago from Amazon. This, for me, wasn't the easiest job in the world. I'm an ex-aircraft fitter, and I never learnt design. Design was something of technical jobs, and I really had to think about this, how to do it. So it's worked out quite nicely. The wing fits in there, and it can be taken on or off. I mean, that's for storage. I mean, once this thing's built, where'd you put it? So when I was a kid, I used to keep them on top of the wardrobe, but they all had removable wings. All right, so I've made this one removable. Funny enough, this particular board was made for me by my dad when I was about 12, and I built a few model aircraft on this one. I built from the Map Plans Handbook, which is now SAREC, the Waco Hadrian troop carrying glider, which I was only 12, and when I stood the wings up, they were taller than I was. But that was a hard model. The wings were made out of 32nd sheet balsa, and I used to do a Sunday morning paper round for 50 pence. And then go up and buy the wood on a Monday evening after school every week. Yeah, I don't even, because nowadays everybody has photos of things. I don't even have any photos of that. But yeah, straightforward. All right, okay, straightforward build. I've upgraded the undercarriage. All right, because if you're going to fly this, and say you, I mean, how skilled I am at flying a plane, I don't know. But if you're going to fly this, it's with a motor radio control. It's going to come down with a bump, all right? So what I've done is not use the wire out of the kit. I bought some probably 16 gauge, I don't know, probably. This is the old standard wire gauge in the UK. Down at local model shop, Antiques, and then I created the shape that they specify on the plan. I mean, I use a small pin vise here. Yeah, that wasn't too bad actually, because you can go wrong with this, and in all of it, it either goes right straight away, or you struggle and it goes wrong and you've got to get another piece of wire. But yeah, I've strengthened round underneath the fuselage because, like I said again, YouTube videos recommend that you leave part of the underneath of the fuselage open to get your battery in and out. All right, I bought a LiPo battery for this and a 1100 kV brushless. That'll be later videos though. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's good. I'm enjoying it so much. I've just ordered one of Henson's flying machines. Yeah, it's good. I mean, another thing I used, I mean, when I was a kid, I don't get on with tracing paper on the plan. You can't see it properly. That's for me. I mean, I'm not saying people can't see it properly, but just for me, we all have our own way of doing things. And when I was a kid, I used to, my dad showed me, my dad built models right from 1945 onwards, yeah. He was a fantastic builder. Now, when I was a kid, what I used to do is he showed me this. You get a candle and you rub it all over your plan. But that is like labor intensive. So I had some of this hanging around the house, which is called Lord Sheraton Pure Beeswax Balsam, okay? It cleans, revives, polishes, and protects. Now, I got to say it, I rubbed that all over the plan, across my fingers, and it dried out, and literally gave me a great covering on the plan, because with all these balsa wood models, you're building on the plan and you're applying glue. And then if you don't give it some covering or use tracing paper or whatever, your model is going to stick to your plan and rip it, all right? And break it, deface it as well. Now, with this beeswax balsam, I literally rubbed that in. It dried out. The plan didn't look any different than it did before I rubbed it in. And it just doesn't stick. And it's great. And the plan stays supple as well. Yeah, like I said, enjoying the build. I'm going to build the tailplane next. All right. People don't seem to call it a tailplane nowadays. I used to work with guys from World War II who called aircraft kites. If you go back to World War One, I mean, they were made of wood and cloth, which is similar to a kite. This is very kite-like wood paper. I'm going to cover it with tissue paper. Solar film. Solar film is great, okay? It really is. I remember using it in 1981, early 80s. And it's great. You peel the back off, stick it on, tack it on with an iron, and then you put air dryer or whatever, or a heat gun. I mean, I never had the money for a heat gun, so it's probably an air dryer or whatever. And then it shrinks the plastic to the airframe. However, if you get a breakage, personally I prefer tissue paper because you can repair it far easier. It's just easier, and you get a good lot of tissue paper with this kit. What I'm going to try later on, which will be another video, is clear dope. They sell it down in the shop, and I'm going to thin it as well, and then a light spraying of possibly bright yellow acrylic paint over it, with maybe a very light spray of dope over it again, just to seal it. Yeah, like I said, really enjoying it. Really good model, straightforward. I'm not going to say it's easy because you get people in the model world do that. It's all dead easy. No, it's not. Not if you're just starting out. I mean, I'm a qualified teacher for adults, and take things slowly, all right? Just take it slowly. Like I said, this is a very straightforward build. Lots of built-up views on the plan. If you make a mistake, don't worry. I mean, you can always cut another piece of balsa and put it in, all right? Okay, so I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much.